Hello, ladies and gentlemen, listeners, people that are tuning in for this. Welcome to Anime DNA, a place where we discuss, comment, criticize, and debate about anime and the adaptations of manga. I am
We might
Marcelo, and
also make creepy comments about, boobs and stuff.
and with me
Please
as
don't
always,
disregard those. It's wisdom.
if you won't stop interrupting me, Diego.
Hi, what's up, guys?
So today we will be speaking about the two new animes that came out recently, and one of them is Akame ga Kill, the adaptation of Akame ga Kiru, and the third season of Sword Art Online. So, would you care to introduce Akame ga Kill?
Okay, so guys, Akame ga Kill is the story of Tatsumi as a country boy that is comes down from, his village in the mountains to try and save it from poverty and hunger. He does this by coming to the capital to try and find work as a soldier. Tatsumi is known only as a fighter. We only see his skill for a few moments. And getting into the capital, he encounters the assassin's group Night Raid, and the anime is revolves around Tatsumi's story connected to the Night Raid.
Alright. Compared to the manga, this anime is spot on. I haven't seen any variation from the first volume to the first episode. So if you're thinking about reading the manga, you might as well just watch the anime. But I mean, you're gonna be if you read the manga, you're gonna get it way ahead of this series. Because right now, there are 50 volumes for Akame ga Kiru, and there's only one episode for Akame ga Kill. The thing is, though, there's one episode per week for Akame ga Kill, and there's one volume per month on Akame ga Kiru. So it's your choice to which one you take. Honestly, me and Diego, I think we speak for both when we say that you should read the manga because it's awesome and you get more feels and you get more attached faster. Isn't that right?
Yes. Also, we can add that in the manga. You can take it at your own pace. If something you don't understand,
Just go
if there's
back.
something you don't understand, you can always scroll back and you can read it at your own pace. Meanwhile, the anime can sometimes
Get
it's pretty
confusing.
spot on, but
Yeah.
it's quick and it has its own pace. If you don't understand something, it might be time consuming to go back and rewatch everything again to understand the whole plot line.
Exactly.
So keep that in mind.
So let's go on to the characters. As Diego said before, this story revolves around Tatsumi. Well, Tatsumi, as he said as well, he's a warrior. Although we don't really know what's his skill level or how good he is with his sword. And his personality is he's very naive, although determined and willing to do anything to get the money for his village.
You hear that, ladies?
Ladies? On his first couple hours in the city, he meets this girl called Leon,
AKA boobs.
aka Boobs, according to Tatsumi. That's what he mistakenly calls her because of her
Boobs.
great personality.
And
Cough,
also
cough.
boobs.
And also boobs. If you didn't understand, by great personality, I made great boobs. Would you care to present the other characters? So,
Okay, I'll be taking special care of Akame, the main heroine of the anime and the one presented to us in the teasers for the show.
and on the first
Akame,
episode.
and on the first episode, as we can see in the first episode, Akame appears to be an assassin. She doesn't seem to understand a logical, common person's point of view. She seems very focused on a mission, and it's instead of a human, she's more machine-like
Sound
in a way
familiar?
of carrying out the missions. But
Sound
she still has
familiar?
a soft spot for innocence.
Sounds okay. Never mind. All right. So on the first episode, Tatsumi is forced to sleep on the streets and is taken in by a family of nobles, so to speak. These nobles show great care and appreciation and understanding for Tatsumi's situation. Later on, you find out certain informations which I will not
Spoil.
spoil because it's a twist for the ending involving people and Akame and Tatsumi and Leon.
And
that
it will
are
kill you inside.
it will kill you inside. Also, presented only and for this episode only. I mean, this is kind of a spoiler, I guess. But Tatsumi supposedly wasn't supposed to come to the city alone. He had his two friends, whose name I really don't remember. Neither does Diego because they only appear for one episode.
But trust us when we say
Say-
their actual appearance will leave everyone surprised, because even though they only have minimal appearance, their actual presence in the story is pivotal to Tatsumi's development in the first episode.
Yeah, I think when I speak this for myself, but when I read the first volume, I was next to Diego, and when I finished, I'm like, no, really, no. Oh
I was
God.
laughing horribly. It's good to when you read a manga and then you read someone and you see someone else reading it and get the exact reactions you have and you laugh because it's something universal you both share. It's a moment of empathy.
Yeah, yeah. So let's go on to the animation. Just let me start off by saying that when I saw the teaser, I said to Diego that this did not fit the manga. I mean, not the styles clashed. I didn't feel like it would be. It didn't appeal to me. But after seeing the first episode, I'm like, bro, you nailed it. GG,
Yes.
GG. Honor all, honor all. And yes, that is a League of Legends reference. And they had a moderate amount of gore, which is great because anime can't be too gory. I mean, if that is how the manga was, great. If it's not, you screwed up. So it's great to see that they really didn't screw up this animation, and like the style fits it perfectly. They are true to the manga. On the few color pages that they show, the manga shows everything, well, as far as they can show, and I think the anime
Sadly.
captured that perfectly. Your thoughts?
I would like to say I really like the animation. At first, I had my thoughts with the battle scenes because even though I had confidence in the studio, in the first show, I was kind of nervous because the manga has a lot of messy, extensive fight scenes, and I was afraid they were going to skip over them and afraid of being too gory or too direct in the first episode. I'm
Yeah,
glad to say it's not like that. They show all of the gore in the from the manga in the anime, and they do keep it tied to the original character development so that it allows the narrative to start off from the same point with characters in the same state as in the manga, instead of a character that could be argued to be a little bit different or a little bit more powerful in order to be more shown in the show. It's really refreshing to see someone stick to the manga like that.
yeah. It's. I haven't seen any variation, which is actually really great. I mean, I was expecting some, you know, change so it would fit better to the studio, but it's great that they haven't done that. Another thing that I like what they did is, I mean, the shadows. I mean, people don't normally notice that, and me included, but this time it's kind of up in your face, but it works for the anime. Like it helps it because it has some dark side, some very dark sides. In the manga, you see that very clearly, and I hopefully the studio will capture that in future episodes. Now let's talk about the intro. The thing I was hoping that would also be a clincher, like something that would hook on first timers, but it just didn't do for me. I mean, the music is all right. I mean, it's not great. It's not bad. It's just, eh. I mean, they could have done maybe a little better.
It
It
just
just,
doesn't seem to be anything new or anything revolutionary.
I
It's
don't
not
know.
bad, I think. It just doesn't have any flash that we
It's
could sort of been hoping for to capture the show. I have greater hopes for the anime, seeing as how they did a good job.
yeah.
But the intro, unless they change it for the next season, I don't see it becoming any good.
It's no Log Horizon. That's agree.
Doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't need to.
It doesn't need to. As it's no fairy tale first opening. Just saying. Just saying. I'm
There,
just throwing it out
FYI,
there.
there are other openings for Fairy Tail that are also good. Please don't burn us, freeze us, or use your magic equip to kill us.
Yeah.
We're peaceful people.
Alright, I think that basically covers it all. Any final thoughts you want to cover for Akame ga Kill before we move on?
I would like to say, if there are any anime or veteran manga reader fans out there, give this show a chance. It's really mature. It's really nice. The character development is spot on.
Oh god, you don't even get me started. It's just, the feels, man. All the feels. Anyway, coming from not a newcomer, but as a kind of like a rookie, so to speak. I've been watching anime for a little while now, and reading manga for a little while now. I would say this is for people that are that like action, just that tiny pinch of romance, and a good amount of humor in it.
But no boobs, guys.
No boobs,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. There's nothing as good as, but still,
There's no
you'll actually respect these women and look at their eyes.
There's
because
no
they'll
fan
kill you
service.
otherwise.
There's no fan service here.
Well, except Leon, that's all she is.
Yeah, but it's not, it's not like up in your face like she does with Tatsumi.
Okay.
But it works pretty well. So if you read the manga, you're gonna get fast ahead really quickly, but you're gonna be slowed down because the editions don't come out very often. It's one a month, although the episodes come once a week. Maybe the episodes are out today, aren't they? Or is it Sunday?
Sunday.
Yeah, so tomorrow, new episode. If I put this, early today. Alright, so let's move on to Sword Art Online 2. This time, we're talking about the third season of Sword Art Online. Alright? So they're gonna, of course, present us with another virtual reality game where Kirito obviously is going to become the OPest character with his magical skills and whatnot to save a whole goddamn game. Like,
it's called not having a life, Marcelo.
Basically. Well, that's kind of funny, considering, spoiler alerts for those who haven't watched the series and, whatnot, he's dating Asuna, but given he did meet her in the game. So,
FYI, for those who have seen the show, guys, Liz, she deserves it.
Oh, come on, I know! I mean, Liz, oh god, I want to punch Kirito in his face for being so goddamn blind and deaf on that episode. She's screaming it like 3 times in his face. And he's like, what? I can't hear you. And it's like, I love you, idiot. What? Never mind. And hugs him. I mean, bro, really? Really?
Okay, in his defense, 2 things. 1, he could always ask them for both of them at the same time. We both know they'll say yes.
No, they won't. Asuna won't, for sure.
Okay, Marcelo doesn't know because he doesn't read the light novel, but guys, those of you who have read them are with me on this. Kirito has her wrapped around his pinky finger, which is coincidentally the size of his wiener because he's Asian, but that's the point.
He doesn't look Asian, though. Okay, we're getting out of the line that we're supposed to follow. So the story is going now to the new game that's going to be Gun Gale Online. It's the only game in Japan, according to Kirito, that is with pro players. And this time, the story is set a year after they come out of the, Sword Art Online game. So they're still adjusting to living again, like normally. And Asuna apparently has more problems than Kirito because Kirito is kind of owning his life again. As we could see in the second season. It's kind of funny, but, let's move on up, alright? My impressions for this episode are that it didn't really hook me. I mean, unless they start showing some action soon, I really won't get interested in this season. It's just, oh, come on.
What sort of action are we talking about here?
the shooting guns and showing how badass Kirito can be in any game.
Okay, no, this episode was just setting up characters. This is because
I know, but
they needed to introduce the new characters, the new heroine, which, by the way, guys, is a huge ball buster
I
from
mean, yeah,
5K
okay.
away.
I've mentioned this before sometime that she looks a lot like the chick from Metal Gear Solid, the new one, the blind sniper, not the blind, the deaf,
The
no,
mute,
the mute sniper. Yes,
that one, yes.
saying that she is based on this Sword Art Online character. I mean, I see a lot of resemblance to it. And I mean, although she just seems bland, I don't know. It just does.
I'll
Go ahead.
if I can interject, I can vouch for her on that because of two things. One, she was created before the mute sniper from Metal Gear Solid. Second, it's actually part of her character that she is emotionally caught up during her time as a sniper because her counterpart suffers from emotional problems, which shall not be discussed because they're spoilers, but still need to be rephrased. Also, the reason why she's emotionally detached in the game is because snipers are required to have a lot of mental control in order to control their heartbeat and be able to take better shots.
Even today, snipers normally take drugs to calm their to like slow down their heartbeats, so they're not smoother, but they're more accurate, or they don't think that much, and they do what they're supposed to do, and they do their orders. Because a single heartbeat off, and you might have moved an inch off their head and missed the shot. So I guess that makes sense why she's so emotionally detached. On
Yes.
to the animation. I mean, it really hasn't varied, or at least not in my opinion. I mean, it's still Sword Art Online, the same style, same animation. The budget seems, oh, I can't tell because there's no fight scenes yet. But one thing I did notice was at the last part of the episode where they show a little bit of the terrain in this new game.
Yeah.
It looks, how can I put it, worse than Sword Art Online, I guess. The world doesn't really, maybe just because they had to just give an example of the new character, but it doesn't it doesn't look cool. I'm just putting it out there.
Okay, from what I could see in the show, at one point we are shown to this like futuristic citadel
Mm-hmm.
where we can say that something lives there at this point. I'm thinking that the surrounding wasteland was destroyed, giving all of the characters like dress code because it seems sort of post-apocalyptic,
It does, doesn't
right?
it?
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is that the more visually spectacular
Mm-hmm.
scenes will be taking place inside that
Citadel.
city and during the like fight scenes that we will surely see coming up,
Of
especially
course.
in the next episode.
Yeah, I surely hope they do that quickly because, I mean, I don't know. This episode, although it's setting up, even the second, even the first episode of the Alfenheim part of Sword Art Online did
Yes.
more to engage me into the story than this episode. I mean, yeah, I know this is just for not diehard fans, but it's made for people that have already seen the last two seasons. Although it's weird why they call it Sword Art Online 2 and not just Sword Art Online 3. No, I mean, it just didn't do it for me. I guess I'm just waiting for something more spontaneous. I guess I don't know if that's the right word to use, but anything you want to add on before we move on to the intro and the outro and
I
the
think
music?
the reason why you weren't as like switched or engaged into this one as you were with the previous one is because in the previous one, the first off, it was something completely new, so you didn't know what to expect.
Hmm.
Second, the first episode shows a lot of new ideas and then tops it with only focusing on like the situation. We don't really know that much about Kirito in the first episode or Klein, who we see he meets.
Mhm.
All we see is the situation and how everyone reacts around it. And it's a really impactful, it's a really condensed, really emotional
Mhm.
picture. And in this first episode, it doesn't seem like you do that. It mostly seems like you're expected to still have that same feeling you had for the previous seasons and just keep and just like resurface it or get it scratched by this new image, but it doesn't show anything that's mind blowing.
Yes, yes. I see what you mean. And let's speak about the intro. I mean, it's not like I said about Akame ga Kill. It's not great. It's not bad, but I just feel kind of, I don't know, nostalgic. I mean, it sounds weird. It's not that long ago that I started watching the series, but it kind of just brings back memories of watching this and having the feels and like seeing how badass Kirito was in the first season, which is dual wielding shit. And then the feels in the last couple episodes. Oh shit, I should have said spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler
No,
alert!
it's not. You didn't say anything. You just said the feels. It could be anything.
No, I said before that, the dual wielding thing.
Oh, okay,
So,
guys. Spoiler alert: people use swords in Sword Art Online.
no, spoiler alert, Kirito's the only. Okay, spoiler! Spoiler, I will repeat this again. Spoiler! Kirito is the only one that can dual wield swords in the whole game. I mean, there's no one else in the world of Sword Art Online that can use two swords at the same time. Alright? That's all. That's all. I guess we've covered everything. My suggestion is watch Akame ga Kill. Just watch it. Because, I mean, the manga is just for people that like reading, honestly. And for Sword Art Online, 2, wait until at least 5 episodes are out before you start watching it, because if you start watching it now, you're gonna be bored and then you're not gonna want to watch the new episodes that come out. So wait a couple weeks, the new season like comes out with new episodes and stuff, then start watching it so you can get hooked immediately. Your thoughts on both animes?
Well, I'd like to say that Sword Art Online 2 is sort of off in a bad start. Personally, I think it's because of that overly long explanation and exposition scene between Kirito and the government officer. Also, I like it. It's not as good of a beginning episode as the first season of Sword Art Online. It doesn't touch its heels at that. But
Yeah.
its nostalgia will touch you and it will bring back feelings. For those of you that were old fans of the series, it will make you love it again. But give it those new watchers, give it a chance, but don't hold your breath if you haven't seen the previous seasons.
Yeah.
For Akame ga Kill, guys, it's a mature anime. The manga is also mature. If you're gonna watch it, be warned. This manga isn't afraid to take risks. It will go the distance to make sure
You
that
get
the story
utterly
stays true.
destroyed. Your feels are just gonna get destroyed. You won't be able to love again after reading this manga. Well, maybe. I don't make promises. But I guess that is all for speaking about these two animes and first impressions. I thank you for tuning in to this first edition of Anime DNA. We might be doing videos, we might be doing podcasts. It will all depend about our schedule and if we can meet up. So I think again, leave a like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want with this video. I don't care. I mean, spread the word. Goodbye.